Hey everyone, happy Sunday. This is a day that the Lord has made. Anyways, I'm hoping you guys are doing well. So I just thought I'd pop in here and just say, hey, what's up? And just talk a little bit. You know, I went to church today and it was a good service and everything. And you know, what I have found, my heart is so sensitive to people that are hurting, especially women that are hurting or going through. And you know, it's important that um, we really get these soul ties. Break away from these soul ties because they can have you in like just a level of bondage. You know what I mean? And you don't want to be there because then you'll become a slave to your thoughts of that person, whether it's a male or a female. You'll become a slave to that person because of the soul ties that you're holding with that person. And so it's very important that sorry guys, that we really work on those soul ties with people. Um, because if you don't, you'll just find yourself constantly going through that repetitive motion like I have, and never breaking away from, you know, the soul tie, or breaking away from it and becoming free. And so, and it's funny that I talk about this because, while I'm going through it with this little whack sergeant that I dealt with, Sergeant Slaughter then calls me. It was on Friday, left a message, and you want to use this decoy. Oh, I'm calling, I'm in town, and I wanted to see your daughter, see the girls before I left. I'm thinking, boy, you weren't even interested in my girls when you was living here, let alone you coming in town. Now you want to see them. Bye. Get out of here with that bull shizzle. Okay? Get out of here. So, you know, um, and it's funny because as I've been going through this whole process again of, healing, and then, really, dedicating myself to prayer and really wanting to break away from all these, soul ties, all these situations, all these relationships, I'm able to really recognize that. And I'll be honest with you. Um, if I wasn't at this place of prayer, and if I wasn't at this place of just recognizing and evaluating and taking accountability and responsibility of my actions in these situations, this man calling me, and let me tell you something, y'all. Like, I loved me some Sergeant Slaughter, okay? Like, I loved him. I was like, oh yes, he's a man. Like, he just was different in just a different type of a way. But the end result is he was a man. He has a penis and he has a mouth, so he was a liar. Thank you. And no offense to y'all, I'm just saying that's been my experience. So, anyways, but him calling me, and I have been, I would have been looking for this call like maybe 6 months ago or so, for him to call me, and it would have just sent me over hills, and I'd just be all ready for it. And because I have been doing this whole process of, really wanting to break these soul ties and really wanting to be committed to God and committed to my walk and committed and having a made up mind, um, him calling me does absolutely nothing. And let me tell you, I ain't called this man back and don't plan on calling it. You here for a week, stay wherever you at, and when it's time for you to go, you and your raggedy RV get to going. Okay? And you still won't see me or my daughters. Period. So that's just kind of where I'm at with it. And I just thank God that, I'm recognizing this, especially, me being vulnerable. And, I've talked about the vulnerability as well. Me being vulnerable in regards to relationships, and, just how raw you can be when you're experiencing a level of rejection, or just not being together, or really finding out who a person really is. You become very vulnerable, and you become, I would almost say, like, desperate to want to fill that void. And so him calling me, Sergeant Slaughter calling me, would really fill that void, if you will. However, because I'm recognizing it, I'm like, oh no, 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 partner, we ain't doing that, not at all. Okay, so I'm recognizing. So definitely we need to take inventory and really be real with ourselves about what is really going on. And for me, I'm always a transparent person. I always try to be real with myself about a lot of things, because if I'm not, then I'll be fooling myself, and I don't want to fool myself. I want to be a healthy me, and a whole me. So I'm not walking around here broken and not attracting the right stuff. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at with that. So I say all that to say, like, just, really recognize those soul ties. And, you know, and it's just so important, because when you get that soul tie with somebody and they're the wrong somebody, it becomes hard. It becomes hard. And I'll say that one thing I realized in this whole situation, and I had to admit, like, I am I'm afraid of men, but I'm not afraid of a man like standing up to me and me standing up to him, and oh, he may do this or that and the other. I'm not afraid of him in that manner. I'm more or less afraid of him in the manner of, like, um just my emotions, being vulnerable and being, letting a man in my space. Excuse me, sorry guys. Letting a man in my space, because once I've let my guard down and I've become vulnerable to them, then I've allowed them into my space, and I've also, like, given my heart, and that's just like the wrong thing to do. And so for me, it becomes very scary. And I really, I've realized that I'm afraid of men in that space, which is something that I definitely need to um, address and deal with. And, because I need to conquer this ground. I do. So, you know, um, just recognizing those soul ties, because the thing about them soul ties is, when you have those soul ties, if somebody, if they call you, let me tell you, if he calls you, you ain't spoke to him in like months, and then he calls you and he's back on the scene. Ooh, let me tell you, child. Mm, 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 mm. You'll be like SWV. I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly breathe. I lose all control, like that. Okay, all week. Okay, and we'll be having to be like, hello, where you at? And then when they break your heart again, and oh, trust, they will. Then we'll, be sitting there mending you back together, trying to walk you through emotionally. And I'm only telling you what I know, so I know the truth of it. Okay, so, it's very important that you, really break those soul ties with those people, because you want to be a healthy you, and you want to, and it's funny because, like I've explained to you guys, like, I've went through these relationships, and like, it'd be 2 months, if that, before I'm into another relationship with a guy. And then, here we go again. And it's funny because, what I found out too is, when I've been in these relationships with these guys, literally, we start out, and it's let me tell you something. When you think that that person is the greatest, and you're in that new love feeling, and you honey dripping, on the phone with them, you at work, and you can't think about nothing, but then you get excited when you see a text. I mean, you get really excited, get a grin from ear to ear. You're like, he, he called me. Oh my God, he got a text. You just smiling. Oh yeah, it's the best feeling in the world. Let me tell you, it's real. However, I know when I've experienced that, in the back of my head, I'm like, yeah, well, something about to happen. They gonna disappoint. And in true form, they, without fail, they do not fail. Okay, they disappoint. The hammer drops, and generally it's the whole, like, they're cheating, or whatever. So you just really, has been the cheating with me. That's all I found. I ain't found nothing else. So and and that just is because I know that the Lord loves me, so He lets me find that out. And yeah, but those soul ties, if you don't break them, and the thing is, you guys, I did not break those soul ties. I did not. That's why I kept finding myself in these repetitive situations and being hurt. Now, I will say, with this last Sergeant Shorty that I dealt with, okay, and he was a shorty because he's only, like, no short. Anyways, I ain't gonna demean him at all on here, but um, he I hadn't been with anyone or dealt with anyone for like 5, 6 months, just because I was on my path. I was on my path of like healing and recognizing. And even then, when I dealt with him, I was still on that path. And I started, even with me, like dating him or, talking to him or us talking or whatever. Um, I was trying to approach things differently as far as talking, getting to know him getting to know me. But like I told y'all before, and I can't admit this, I still moved too fast with that whole thing. And I should have stuck with my rule. Don't date younger men. Younger men, no, they're immature. I mean, older men are immature too. Um, but for some reason they seem to be attracted to me anyways. But and so if I found that older men were immature at their age, definitely a younger man was gonna be immature. I mean, we was gonna be dealing with, you know, a whole needing a booster seat for a younger man in his maturity level. And so let me tell you, home dude, Sergeant Shorty, he did not disappoint. He needed a booster seat. He needed a high chair. He needed a bed. Y'all, he need a pacifier and he need that Gerber's baby food, okay? And he needs to be perked and changed and swaddled, okay? So, anyways, so I say all that to say those soul ties, you just need to break. And so, and I thought I was at a safe place. I really did. Even my brother, my god brother, he was like, I think he'd be good. It seems like you'll be safe with him. Your heart will be safe. And the cool thing, y'all, is I felt like that too. So what my brother had saw and what he felt, I felt in the spirit as well. But, you know, this is what all transpired. And the thing that I also know is this too, and it's true, and it doesn't matter who it is. When you're hurt, you'll hurt other people. So, you know, he could be going through his hurt. I know, I was dealing with mine. And of course, I wasn't trying to hurt this dude, but when you're hurt, you'll hurt other people. So that's why it's just really important to really work and get those soul ties, break those soul ties, whatever they are, with those people, and really just do the process of healing. And I'm gonna tell you, um some of this stuff, I mean, whatever your higher being is, you better talk to them, because you're gonna need them to help you to get through the process. And I'm telling you what I know. Like, doing this on your own is not gonna work. Doing this on your own, you're gonna find yourself going through it emotionally up and down. And it's not to say that you're not gonna find yourself emotionally up and down even with your higher being, because I'm talking to Jesus every day, and I'm like, Lord help me, because y'all, let me tell you something. This dude right here, now, now y'all done seen, okay, let me break this down. So those of you that have been watching, and those of you that know me, I don't leave no stone unturned. Okay? Like, I'm gonna say what I need to say, and I'm gonna stand by it. Because one thing I know for myself, when I was younger, ooh, a cyst would fly off at the mouth. And I mean, I cut you with my tongue, but I do it without thinking, right? So then I'd have to come back and I'd have to apologize to you. That's not a good look. So as I've gotten older, I've realized, okay, girl, you can't be going out here just willy nilly drive by shooting with your tongue and with your mouth, okay? And so, I make sure when I say what I need to say to somebody, yeah, no, I have methodically thought it out. I know what I'm saying. I mean what I say. And because I'm not coming back to apologize to you for absolutely nothing. Okay? That's what I'm not doing. So, you know. So in this situation, this dude got me out here talking about me like I'm just some thirsty broad, okay? Desperate for this dude, okay? I mean, desperate, okay? That's how he's talking. Like, I just ransacked his whole entire life, just bombarded him and all his space and everything against his will, mind you, okay? And, just came up in his space. Boy, bye, okay? Bye. I want to tell him so bad. First of all, homie. And I can't say nothing to him. That's the thing. That's what's eating me up inside, right? So this is why I got to call on my higher power. I got to call on God to help me to keep my mouth closed, because Lord knows, I want to eat him up and get him all the way to the point, y'all. I probably have his whole self esteem would be sitting in his pinky toe in his shoes. Okay, that's where I put it. Okay, so But I can't say that, because then I have to apologize. And I ain't gonna apologize because I mean what I say and I say what I mean. Now, I have no problem apologizing when it is necessary because I am a person that believes in, recognizing where you have, where you're at fault and being able to own it. And so that's me too. But I ain't gonna be apologizing for what my mouth got to say to you when I know I mean what I said. So no, no, that's not me. Like I'll apologize. Like I will say, y'all, when I was out at school, I ended up cussing out this boy in some of the class, and and so me being the woman that I am and wanting to be a virgin, because dad got on my nerves, and I just it just yeah. Anyways, I ain't gonna explain it, but I sis did have to go back and apologize for um cussing at him, yeah, because that was the wrong approach. But I told them, oh no, 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 let me help you out. Like I apologize to you guys for cussing because that's not what I want to do. And definitely, y'all, I'll say when you're sending a message, you want to send a message without using the cuss words because you want your message to be heard and you want your message to be impacted, not the cuss words that you use. So, I apologize for my cuss words because I was dropping them. Okay, like real talk, I was dropping f bombs. You would have thought we was in Afghanistan and IEDs was coming off because I was dropping it. However, I had to apologize for using my cuss words, but I told them, oh, but everything else I said, I meant, and I did. I meant every word, even when I told that boy, I'll get on you, and now one of these sergeants gonna get me up off of you until I feel better. Okay, and I meant that too. So, but I had to apologize for, you know, using my cuss words, So, anyway, so I say all that to say when you're going through your process, if you know of a higher being, you need to talk to him. Okay? Talk to him. Talk and let them know. Because I've had to talk to them and girl, woo, y'all. Friday, I was going through it. Had to call on my grandmother, because, she a praying woman. I had to call on the grandmother. Where is the Lord? Okay, he is not helping me right now because I want to go in on this boy. Okay, I want to go in on this boy and tell him all about himself. And grandmother got me right on together. She's like, the Lord hear you, sis, and you just keep on praying because he's gonna work it out. I was like, okay, all right, all right, all right. So so I spared this man my words. Cause y'all, if I lay into him, I might not know when to get off, and his whole self esteem will be all shot and ate up, as it should. The thing about it is, and here's the thing: when you're dealing with people like himself, and actually, I'll tell you all this: all the guys that I've dated or dealt with, they always feel like they're doing me a favor by being with me, and which is crazy because I'm like, how do you figure? Like, how do you figure? But, I figure they figure that because of the mere fact, like, um, after dealing with other relationships, like I told you, and coming out of those other relationships and not giving myself enough time to heal and to really go through it, this is where I think, you bring that baggage. And I wouldn't say necessarily the baggage of how they may have hurt you, but you bring in the baggage, at least for myself, I bring in that baggage of a level of an insecurity, if you will, of like, I'm worthy, like you should want to be with me. I'm a good woman type of a thing. And so when you do that, then these men then come into this and they can size you up. And I'll say this, and I'm only saying this because I date men, not women, so I can't speak on this in regards to, about men in regards to women, but I'll speak about this in regards to women in regards to men. That as much as we as women would think, oh, men are stupid or they're not smart. Let me tell you something. It's not that men aren't smart, okay? And it's not even that they're stupid. They know when they're dealing with a woman that has some level of insecurity. They know it and they'll play on it. If they're not a man of valor, if they're not a man of integrity, if they're not a man of honor, if they're not a man that, is just about being a grown man instead of a grown boy, they will use that and take advantage of it. and see it through. I mean, like they'll see that and they can sense the insecurity. They can. And you know what, y'all? Just as I'm talking to you guys right now, that's when I just figured out when people say, you don't bring no baggage. I'm like, I'm not bringing no baggage. But you know what? The baggage I'm bringing is the insecurity of the past relationship by not allowing myself to heal, not enough time to heal, and not allowing myself to break that soul tie of that situation, you know? And so then I'm bringing over that insecurity. And then I have told these men of the stuff that the last person has done. So then, man, so I was basically giving them the ammo. They had the gun. I gave them the ammo and said, yeah, take this one. This is going to hit right in the heart. Take this ammo. Hit it right in the heart. Really? Y'all. Woo! This is good. I just figured this out right now. So, anyways, so yeah, these men they're not stupid. They may do stupid things, they may do dumb things, but they are not. They know what they're doing and they know who they're doing it to. And they know the underlying part of it too, you know. So I just say, this is all I'm gonna say is this: work on those soul ties, break them, you know. Give yourself that time. That's men and women alike. Whatever soul tie you got going on with somebody, break it. Because whatever situation you get into, the next relationship that you get, you want it to be a healthy one. You want to be a whole person in dealing in that relationship instead of a wounded duck, a wounded person, a wounded wing. Because then when you go into that relationship and you're a wounded duck, a wounded wing, or whatever, then you make your healing predicated on how they'll treat you, and that's not good. And I can say that because I've walked in that. I have walked in that as a woman. I have walked in that. So you know, and you don't want that because you want to be healthy. You want to be a whole person. You want to get the whole experience, and you want to give the whole experience. For me, I'm a woman that's all or nothing. I'm not an in between person. I'm not gonna you know not like you but be cordial to you. No, nope. I don't have that ministry. That's not me. Either I like you a whole lot or I don't like you a whole lot. That's it. If I don't like you, you don't even got to worry about me looking, talking, saying your name, even thinking about you, okay? At all. And if I like you, then man, I'm ride or die for you. You my girl, you my boy, I'm ride or die for you. I'm loyal, man. You want to go beat up somebody? Well, I I I I used to do that. I don't do that anymore for somebody, but I mean, Anyways, I'm loyal to you. So I don't do that in between stuff. And so even in regards to, relationships and it's not even about relationships, it's more about you as a person. Make yourself whole. Become whole. And I'm going through that journey right now. I'm, really wanting to become whole and really understand me and again, break those soul ties. Those soul ties. They break them, break them, break them, break them. You don't want them. You don't want to carry them because if you keep that soul tie, it's gonna keep you coming back. Keep on running back. Like I told you, that Sergeant Slaughter, he done called me. Yeah, if I would have been dealing with him, let me tell you, as soon as I got that phone call, I would have been all happy, especially dealing with the sergeant shorty that I dealt with and all this little bogus stuff that he done sat up here and said and did. That would have been a self-esteem quote unquote booster, if you will. But no, I'm breaking these soul ties. So no, what he got to say ain't even important. You seeing my girls is not important. Negro, you wasn't seeing them all like that when you was here, so you ain't gonna see them now that you done flew yourself back into town or whatever you done did. No, we're not doing that. Break them soul ties, y'all. It's so important because I want to see y'all be healthy. I want to be healthy. I want to be whole. I want you to be whole. Break those soul ties. Take that time, And here's the other thing: face this. Face your pain. Face that situation. Face whatever you're feeling. If you love them, face that. I mean, honestly, say, I love her. I love him. I was in love with them. I was in love with her. Face it so you can deal with it and then get over it. Because if you don't, you're going to keep being a slave to it. You have to face it. You really do. So, I say all that to say, break them soul ties, y'all. I definitely want to see you guys healthy and I want to see myself healthy. And so, I'm going to go through this process with you. And it is a process. Not always a great process, but it is a process. So, just want to say happy Sunday. Praying for you guys. Pray for me and break those soul ties and be a healthy you. Stay safe in this COVID, situation. it's real. Get your flu shot if you need to. Just everything. And for those parents out there that got kids that's doing this virtual school, like, I'm gonna be praying for you. Y'all, please pray for me because I'm over it. Okay, I'm ready for these kids to go back to school. Okay, put the mask on, carry the Lysol, sanitize yourself, and go to school. Get out of my house. I'm sick of you being here. Tired. Okay, tired. So, y'all be safe. Happy Sunday. Talk to you later. Bye.